I want to share with you up to $10,000 cash, no credit check. 10 banks and credit unions that give you easy loans. Okay, we're speaking about $10,000 cash and loan, of course, no credit check. So here are the banks that really will allow you to be approved for such a loan. First of all, you have Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo can actually approve you for up to $10,000 cash, no credit check if you have a relationship with the bank. And the cool thing here is that Wells Fargo actually has a larger sort of limits. So you're talking about $3,000 all the way to $100,000. And they have terms from 12 to 84 months. This is kind of cool. But the thing is that if you have a relationship with Wells Fargo for the last 3 years, you can actually be approved for a loan up to $10,000, no credit check. But the thing is, you got to have direct deposit with Wells Fargo. If you have direct deposit with Wells Fargo and you are making at least $1,000 every month, that's gross income, you can actually qualify for this loan. Again, we're speaking about $10,000 cash, no credit check. And so you'll be approved within 3 days, not a problem at all. What we love about Wells Fargo is that they are very generous. So if they give you let's say 10 grand, up to 10 grand maximum loan, no credit check, and you actually use the loan properly, they can actually increase your loan amount the next time you apply. Okay, remember the limit here is $100,000, but if you want to have a no credit check cash loan from Wells Fargo, $10,000 is the maximum. The second bank that has also this kind of favor here is PNC. So PNC basically, their regular loan goes from $1,000 all the way to $35,000, but you can actually be approved for a $10,000 maximum cash, no credit check loan. If you have a relationship with PNC. Now PNC's rules are less strict. They want you to be with them for 2 years, at least 2 years, and you also have to have a direct deposit. Now the income requirements are $1,500. That's your gross income on a monthly basis. And if you are making $1,500 at least every month and you have a relationship with PNC for the last 2 years, you can actually qualify for a $10,000 maximum loan, no credit check. But remember, again, the delta here is larger. So you are going from 1,000 all the way to 35,000. But if you want them to do it without credit check, the maximum here is $10,000. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. We are going to have a wonderful conversation today. The third bank that has this favor also is U.S. Bank. So with U.S. Bank, you can qualify for maximum $10,000 cash loan, no credit check. If you have been with U.S. Bank for 36 months, you got to have an account with them for 36 months, and you got to have direct deposit. And the cool thing here is that U.S. Bank actually can approve you for a maximum of $50,000. So the loan the loan range here goes from $1,000 all the way to $50,000. But if you want to actually get a personal loan from U.S. Bank with no credit check, $10,000 is the maximum. And again, as I said, you have to be with the bank for 3 years at least. And you have to be making at least $1,500 every month. You got to have direct deposit though, so they need to see your cash coming in, so they have a clear idea of the amount that you're making. One thing I want to say about U.S. Bank also is that we love the flexibility. So U.S. Bank actually can go a little higher. And what they do here is that the U.S. Bank really values the relationships. As a matter of fact, if you are not a customer at all of a U.S. Bank, you can only borrow up to $25,000. But if you are a customer, you can borrow from $1,000 all the way to $50,000. And the cool thing is the term on this loan is from 12 months all the way to 84 months. Okay. And this is maximum 60 months for non-customers. So again, the relationship is really important for U.S. Bank. You got to have direct deposit, and you must be making at least $1,500 every month. That's gross income to actually qualify. So the requirements are very simple, though. They're not really complicating things for you. I mean, what we love about U.S. Bank is that they're not complicating anything at all. You can apply for this loan online, not a problem. But it's just better if you want to apply for this loan with no credit check, you need to go to a branch. And what will happen here is that just tell them that you want to apply for a no credit check loan, maximum $10,000. And basically but again, you need to have direct deposit. You got to be with the bank for 3 years to not actually sort of violate those two policies. $1,500 minimum income, and you got to be with the bank for 3 years, and for you to qualify for this loan. But it's totally possible. Maximum $10,000, no credit check loan from U.S. Bank. Fantastic. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about lenders that lenders, in other words, credit unions and banks that give you up to $10,000 cash loan, no credit check. Another bank that I want to share with you here is Truest. So Truest will give you up to $10,000 cash, no credit check, if you have been with them for 2 years. And Truist wants you to make at least $1,200 in monthly income. That's gross income to actually qualify for this loan. And you got to be with them for at least 2 years, and you got to have direct deposit. Okay, so you need to have direct deposit to qualify for this $10,000 maximum cash, no credit check. And but normally, when it comes to Truist is a more generous lender in general. Like if you want to apply for more, Truist can go all the way to $100,000. As a matter of fact, basically the minimum here is $3,500, and the maximum is $100,000. You can actually apply you can apply for a loan at Truist directly, or you can apply for their online sort of arm. That's LightStream. So LightStream is actually the online arm, the online lending arm of Truist. So this is kind of cool. So when we talk about Truist here, we're talking about APR that ranges from 8.19% all the way to 17.24%. This is really cool. And so the requirements here are still the same. So $1,200 minimum income, 2 years that you have to be with Truist, and you got to have direct deposit. So you need to have direct deposit coming into a Truist account. And it's just a lot better to apply for this loan when you actually go to a branch. And so you need to, if you are interested right now, I want you to call 1-844-487-8478. And they will actually, you can ask all questions and they'll work with you. So, but again, it's just a lot better to go to a branch to apply for this loan, because they do not actually offer this loan online. You cannot have this loan online. You got to go to a branch and ask for the no credit check loan. But again, make sure that you have direct deposit. So Truist can really verify your employment. Truist can verify your income. And Truist can, they might ask you other stuff too, though. They might ask you your tax returns, really depending upon the branch you went to, depending on the conditions that the underwriting condition at that branch. They might ask recommendation, but it's totally possible to get up to $10,000 with no credit check. Another bank I want to share with you here is TD Bank. So TD Bank actually can allow you to have up to $10,000 cash, no credit check. And the thing is that you got to be with TD Bank. TD is asking you to have at least $2,000 every month, and you got to be with TD for 3 years. So 3 years minimum relationship. You got to have a $2,000 gross income. That's $24,000 a year, and you actually so you can apply for this loan, not a problem. And so the thing, you got to have direct deposit too, though. So direct deposit is quite essential. You got to have direct deposit to qualify for this cash loan, $10,000. Usually, the loan itself is called the TD Fit loan. This is the TD Fit loan, and that loan actually goes from $2,000 all the way to $50,000, and the terms 36 to 60 months. So we're talking about 3 years all the way to 5 years. And but that's if you want to have a regular hard pull. But if you do not want to have a hard pull, and so basically you're going for a maximum loan amount of $10,000, but you got to have the direct deposit. You got to be with TD for a while, and you got to also make sure that you actually are making $2,000. So again, this is really important to really have a clear idea about this loan before you even apply. The loan is called TD Fit loan. Okay, Fit loan. And so the APR is kind of interesting. You have you're talking about 9% all the way to 24%. Okay, and the loan amount again goes from $2,000 all the way to $50,000, and this loan is kind of cool because TD allows you to use the loan for anything. You can use the loan to consolidate credit card debt, renovate your home, purchase or repair your vehicle. You can take a vacation. You can fund your wedding. You can cover medical expenses. You can do all kinds of things with TD. Okay, and if you have any question right now, call 1-877-300-4020, 877-300-4020. Or you can just go to a branch, go to a branch and go to a TD Bank branch and have a conversation there. But the only thing you have to remember here is that TD is a geo-restricted bank. So they are available in a few states. They're not available nationally. So they're available in Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, New York, Washington, D.C., North Carolina, Florida, Pennsylvania, Maine, Rhode Island, Maryland, South Carolina, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Virginia. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how do you get up to $10,000 cash loan, no credit check, and I'm just giving you a few banks that really fit the bill. I want to talk to you about another bank, and that's Fifth Third Bank. Fifth Third Bank wants you to will give you a $10,000 maximum cash, no credit check loan if you have been with the bank for 3 years and you are making $1,200, 3 years, $1,200, and you have direct deposit with the bank. So you got to have direct deposit coming into a Fifth Third account, and you have to be with the bank for 3 years, and you have to be making at least $1,200. That's gross income. That's about $14,400 on a yearly basis, and this is before taxes. And those are the basic conditions here. So when you think about Fifth Third, they actually call the loan signature loan, and normally that loan has amounts that go from $2,000 all the way to $50,000. But you can actually apply for this loan online if you want it, and so if you apply online, the maximum loan amount is $25,000. But if you want more, basically it's you go to a branch, or you can apply over the phone, and you actually have a maximum $50,000. But in your case, if you're looking for a $10,000 cash, no credit check loan right now, it's just better to apply online, because the maximum allowed is $25,000 anyway, or you can apply at a branch. So either way, you can win, but you got to be with the bank for a while, $1,200, and you got to be with them for 2 years. For 3 years. And one thing I want to say also is that we love the fact that this loan it's called the signature loan, though. So it's called the signature loan, and so you have terms available 12 to 60 months. So we're talking about 1 year to 5 years. This is really fine. And one thing I want to say also, and the APR is kind of cool though. The APR is not really that crazy high. So you're talking about 9% all the way to 22%. So really cool. And what we love about Fifth Third Bank is that you have the ability to select the first payment date up to 45 days out. So this is kind of cool. Let's say you're trying to rebalance your budget. You're trying to really rearrange things around. And so you need more time to actually start making payments. And, Fifth Third will work with you. Not a problem. They understand that. So this is kind of cool. So it's called the signature loan. Maximum for this particular program, $10,000. And in case you want to really go a little higher, Fifth Third will actually work with you, but the only thing is you need to collateralize the loan. If you want to, if you want to pledge collateral on the loan, then Fifth Third will go all the way to $500,000. So here you have consequential loan amounts, $2,000 all the way to $500,000. This is kind of cool, and so you have terms available 12 to 60 months. Fantastic, and so you have all kinds of loans. But if you have any question, call 1-800-972-3030. So I just shared with you a few banks that actually will fit the bill. Now I want to share with you a few credit unions that are ready to give you up to $10,000 cash loans, no credit check. Yes. So it's important to really understand that you have credit unions and you also have banks. So the first credit union that actually fits the bill is Connexus. So Connexus will give you up to $10,000 cash, no credit check today, a loan, of course, but you got to be with Connexus with 4 years. Connexus want you to be with them for 4 years, and you have to have direct deposit come into the account, and you have to make at least $1,500. So $1,500 and 4 years. You have to have a relationship with Connexus with 4 years and have $1,500 minimum. So we're talking here about what? $1,500. That's about $12,000. That's about what? Okay, I'm really struggling with my math right now, but what I want to say is $18,000 a year. $18,000 a year. That's the gross income. So if you meet those requirements, you actually can qualify for this loan. And if you have any question, you have to call right now, 800-845-5025. And so this loan, you can only apply for the loan at a branch. You cannot apply for it online. You have to apply at a branch. And we're speaking about APR ranging from 9% all the way to 19%. And you have terms as long as 84 months and amounts up to $50,000 normally. Normally, amounts can go all the way to $50,000, but for this special program, you can only the amount is capped at $10,000. Okay, but you got to be with Connexus with 4 year for 4 years, and you have to be making at least $1,500 and have direct deposit come into the account. Another credit union I want to share with you that actually can give you up to $10,000 cash, no credit check loan right now is Consumers Credit Union. And with Consumers, you actually have to be with them for 3 years. 3 years, that's the minimum here, and you have to have direct deposit coming to the account. You have to be making $2,000. So we're speaking about $2,000. That's 24 grand a year, and so again, we're speaking about before taxes gross income. So normally, when we talk about consumers, CCU, of course, and the maximum loan amount is $100,000, but for this special program, you are only capped. You can only get $10,000. This is if you don't want to have credit checks. And what we love about this loan is that you can do a lot of things. Okay, and CCU historically has been a great credit union for a lot of people, and we love that a lot. They are very flexible in terms of the loan amount they have, and they're very generous too. So to learn more or to apply, just call 847-837-7938. I want to share with you two other credit unions that you will love, you will find interesting. The first one is Fairwinds. So Fairwinds actually can give you up to $10,000 cash, no credit check, and but you have to actually have you have to fulfill 3 conditions here. So Fairwinds want to have minimum $1,400 in monthly income. That's actually your gross income. $1,400, and you have to be with the institution for 2 years. So 2 years and $1,400, you got to have direct deposit coming to the account, so they have a clear idea how much you're making. So it's really important. Now, normally this Fairwinds loans, they actually can approve you all the way to $50,000, but basically you have to if you want to apply for this special program, the maximum is $10,000. Okay, so $1,400. We're speaking about 2 years, and you got to have direct deposit. And the only thing is that Fairwinds is a little geo restricted. The other credit unions are national credit unions, but Fairwinds is geo restricted. So basically, for the loan, no problem. You can get this loan if you live in all 50 states. But if you want to, let's say you want to have a higher loan, a larger loan amount. You want to have like a home loan from Fairwinds. They are geo restricted when it comes to certain loans. So you got to live in Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, and Washington State if you want to qualify for their loans. But it's a great institution. We love Fairwinds. Fantastic. The fourth credit union I want to share with you is BECU. So BECU is the Boeing Employees Credit Union, and they actually can give you up to $10,000 cash, no credit check loans. And this is kind of cool. You got to be with BECU for 30 months. You got to be with BECU for 30 months, and you got to make at least $2,000. So 30 months, $2,000 a month. That's gross income, and you got to have direct deposit coming to the account. Okay, basically, what's really important for you to understand here is that BECU is more generous than all the other credit unions, and normally this loan will actually will go from $1,000 all the way to $30,000, and you can actually repay the loan over 6 years. But you can, for this special program, that will limit your loan amount here to $10,000. But remember, you got to have direct deposit. Okay, and so overall, BECU is a great institution, not a problem at all. You can apply for this loan online. You can apply for it at a branch, and or you can call them. So you can call them. Just call 1-800-233-2328 if you want to have more information about the loan program and learn more about BECU loans in general. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I'll share with you banks and credit unions that will give you up to $10,000 cash, no credit check loans. And as long as you meet some requirements in terms of income, in terms of direct deposit, in terms of a relationship with the institution. So the banks, you have Wells Fargo, you have a PNC, you have U.S. Bank, you have Truest Bank, you have TD Bank, you have Fifth Third Bank, And that's for the banks and the credit unions. You have Connexus, you have a Consumers Credit Union, you have Fairwinds, and you have BECU. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll talk to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.